Hello, welcome to Sunfire Designs. Today I am going to be making an atomic flower, and I'm going to be making it in this wavy star mold that I made using borax crystals and Let's Resin putty. And I did make a video about it. It was really long, so I'm still trying to edit it. So hopefully I'll get it up before this comes out, because I have about 4 things that I have poured into it that all came out really super cool, but I've just been lazy about editing the other video. Really sorry. I will get to it, I promise. All right, so I mixed up for this mold. It's small. It's not very big at all. It ended up being smaller than I had hoped it would be, but it's good because it uses less resin. So this takes about between 150 and 160 mils of resin, and I made 150 mils of resin. I'm using Art Pro resin, and I let it sit for about 10 minutes before I mixed it all up. So the recipe is, this right here is 40 mils of resin. Okay, and it's got 4 drops of Turquoise Deep by Liquitex, and it's got a half drop of Carbon Black by Liquitex. And I did that by taking the dropper, and I got a clean stick, or I wiped my stick off really well so I wouldn't get resin on it. And I touched the dropper, just the ink part, not the dropper itself, to the stick so that just like a little bit came on it, and then stirred it that way. So I'm gonna just pour this in while I've got it in my hand. I kind of wanted my bottom color, I want it to be darker so that I get some contrast. So when I'm making my atomic flower. So that's why I made this a little bit darker, and it is definitely darker than the other colors that I'm using. All right, there we go. Now, my next color is my white. It is 30 mils of resin with 2 drops of Let's Resin Ocean White. So, and it's not super opaque, but it's also not transparent. It's at that border right there, okay? Sorry, my son is playing video games in the background again. I should probably just not even have to put that disclaimer on there because it's a daily thing. Anyway, just, you know, because you're going to hear him yell like you probably just did. So, all right, this right here is 20 mils of resin, and I have this ink is not super like strong, so I use 6 drops. It is Abstract Acrylic Ink by Sennelier, and it is turquoise. It's kind of like a greeny turquoise almost. It's really pretty, and it is semi-opaque, so it's going to show up a little bit differently in this than an opaque or a transparent would. And then for my mica powder, I am using Let's Resin Chameleon powders in Grape, and it's got like a bluey, purpley green kind of shimmer. Really pretty. And then, as always, for this pour, my push is clear. So I'm just going to blast off those bubbles right there and go from there. All right, so I'm going to start off with my turquoise here, and I'm going to put my dots around. And I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work because it is a smaller mold, and the shape of it's kind of different. So I'm just going to kind of go around the outside edge first, and then I'll do the inside, and then if I've got enough, I'll go back around the outside because everything is going to push inward anyway. So I would like to like put a drop in each of the little spikes on here. You know, I was originally thinking about making this like a flower, but it ended up being more like a wavy star. And I really like it. I think it's very cool. And it makes very interesting, unique patterns when you pour into it, which is really fun. I really just kind of put my my putty made it into like a snake and then just kind of pinched it like this, kind of like you do if you're making pie crust, but instead of going up and down, it's side to side. So it was definitely an interesting way to do it. I was hoping these would be a little more spiky than they are, but you know, I think it came out all right nonetheless. I think what the flower I kind of had in mind was like a stargazer lily, so it is kind of like a star flower. I don't really know. Anyway, I'm pleased with how it came out. And it's nice for a deep mold that doesn't require as much resin. Okay, almost done with this. A bunch of little polka dots here. I think that might be it. All right, now I'm going to take my grape, which grape is one of my favorite of the chameleon powder, although I do love the champagne, as you guys have seen me use that before. Yeah, this has got some pink in it. It's got some purple. It's got a little bit of green, it looks like. It's just a very unique chameleon color. And I didn't want to make it too heavy on the chameleon powder because the resin, the chameleon powder does sink. And if you put too much in it, you're just going to have a solid chameleon powder bottom. Same with mica powder. I just felt like it would look better if it was a little on the lighter side. Hopefully it'll show up. That's the only thing is I put it on the lighter side because I don't want it to take over. But then I have to hope that it actually, you know, comes to the party. All right. Oh, there. He cracks me up yelling. And I tell him, I'm going to record. I'm going to record. But no, he's having fun. It's all right. What I really need to do is get a door on my craft room so that I can kind of get a little more soundproofing. There was an incident with the other door on here and it got a big hole in it when my son was moving. So we took it off the hinges to fix it or to replace it. And it's a lot harder to replace a door than you'd think it would. The one we got was like just a little bit too wide, even though it was the right measurement, you know, however many inches across. So it was really hard to kind of get it to fit, and we decided that we would just leave that up to a professional. I am not super handy, you know, we can do bare minimum stuff, but anyway, so that's what I'm waiting on. I'm just waiting on probably this summer. I'll get time, you know, when I have my summer off, being a teacher. So I'll have some time then, hopefully, to get the door on so I can have a little bit of privacy, keep my cat out, which would be safer for his health anyway. I really don't pour when he's in here, but I have to kick him out a lot. So anyway, now that you heard me tell like my whole life story there, or the whole story of my door, more than you probably wanted to know. And I apologize for being stuffy. Allergies are really, really, really bad right now. It was really hot today. It was like 90. Okay, I'm gonna start pouring my ellipses. And I'm kind of trying to make it go with the pattern of the flower, but I can't guarantee that's gonna happen. I'm good, but I'm not that good. So I do, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have issues with him. Hopefully I don't have to do a voiceover on this because I don't really need you guys hearing inappropriateness from the other room, so I apologize. All right. Anyway, it was 90 degrees here today, and I mean, it was really nice, but it's starting to get warm. I didn't turn my air conditioner on yet, but I'm tempted. Oh, for my stones for the center, They are these opaly stones that I got at Michael's. Someone was asking me where I got them. I got them in the vase section. So where you get vase fillers and such, they were there. And they're just kind of, they're glass, but they have like an opaly kind of shine to them. They're really, really pretty. All right, here we go with the clear push. And 150 looks like it's the perfect amount. Don't think I actually want any more than that. I don't want it to overflow. And I'm gonna drop my stones in. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to do a voiceover. There we go. And that's it.